Hello there. Once again, Stanton from Anton Bay. Thank you for stopping by the collection room. Today we're looking at a few more issues of Femforce. This is issue 66 or 65 through 68. This has a special issue for me because well, it's issues number 66. I will tell you about it when we get there. But for right now, we've got part 1 of 3, Stardust of the Femforce. And this is a Gorbey cover in 1993. So I've nitpicked at Gorbey plenty. This is where he's doing much better. He's really hitting his stride. This is the first issue of Femforce I ever owned. First time I ever even heard of the book, and it was a Gorbey cover, and that's what sold me on this book. So any contrary things I've ever said about any of his work, dude got me to buy this book and started my whole thing with the comic. So got to give him mad props for that. Now, I'm kind of sad he did not do the interior. We got the script by Tillman Smoot, pencils by Dave Roberts, inks by Chris Allen with Mark Heike, Rebecca Black, and edits by Bill Black. Normally, Bill Black is writing these things. So it's kind of crazy that he's just doing the edits, but you know what? We'll take it. We'll do what we got. Crazy lack of structure in the panels. Loving that already. I don't know what this Guile haircut is. That's a little weird. It's a big pointy flat top. Not bad though. Paper quality, I don't know. I'm seeing some like smudging with the ink work that got done with the colorist. So, I mean, that's a little disappointing, but it happens. I still am enjoying the lack of panels. There's just no panels. It's just kind of, let's just blend the story from one scene to the next without boxing it in. That's pretty cool looking, actually. I can see why most comics don't do that, but I can also see how that's working really well for this particular issue. Secret Society of She-Cat. I think that's the... oh, what is that? The fan club thing. Meanwhile, My Sister, My Enemy, Part 2. We got Smoot, Roberts, Allen, Heike, Black, all going on. We're looking at wedding rings. This is Stardust. She does have pointed ears. You will miss that if you're not looking for it. I forget it sometimes until I see it. I'm like, oh, she has pointy ears. But her hair covers it most of the time, so you don't see it. You don't even notice. They don't draw them. Like even on this cover, you don't see the pointed ears hardly at all. They're under the hair. There is outlines for different panels and pages, but man, it is a blur. They're just going like however they feel like it, really. Got some great pages though. Tons and tons of stuff going on in these without the division and the lineups. It's kind of cool. Looking excellent, excellent stuff. Continued in chapter 3. We got Fem Letters, which is still a terrible name for a letter page. The Trial of Black Phantom, Chapter 2, Fear. That's the other thing. You always get plenty of different stories going on in here. Layouts. Who's our art? Written. Inks. Layouts. I don't know who the exact artist is then. Black Phantom is like a Western character. I don't think she usually takes place in the same time frame. This guy is vomiting maggots. That is disgusting. Spewing maggots at people is never cool. Separate the page. We've got very delicately handled Native American content. A nice, big, huge, awesome front page, or a splash page. And I think you can still hear my neighbor's dog barking. She just barks all day long. It drives me freaking crazy. Susie Owens, plays the role of Flaxen. You've never heard of Flaxen? Huh. Comic I haven't heard of. All right, well, here it is. Issue 66. First issue I ever heard of this series, and I really, really was impressed. I really liked it. I think it came in like a 3-pack of, we like bought a set. There were like 3 comics in a bag for $1 at like a Benjamin Franklin's or something, and this was in one of them. And this is 1983, and just the Gorbey cover, the name alone, I was like, Stardust of the Femforce, or Femforce. And that was the other thing, I always accidentally called it Femforce, but it's just Femforce. Yeah, the Gorbey cover, everything like this. This was the first one, and this was, like I said, even though I cleared out a lot of comics throughout the years, I never got rid of this. It was just the first time I'd ever seen a comic like this. It was just odd. I don't know. This is probably my original issue that I had. If I had other copies, sometimes I have shared issues with friends and given them to them. But this could be my original issue, I'm not positive. I just remember thinking, man, I've never heard of AC. What's AC? I thought there was only Marvel and DC and, you know, like Archie comics where I was reading Ninja Turtles. But this was probably one of the first mega indie books ever put in my hands. I remember thinking this gal was awesome, or awful, I mean. The Femme Paragon, I hated her. I was like, how nasty of a looking character is this? I always just thought it was super disgusting. It's got its classic super beat down stuff going on, lots of face punching, and I mean they always beat the hell out of each other in these books, so that is the thing. Yeah, I always just thought, what a nasty looking woman, what a terrible character. But I guess for a villain it works. Yeah, this was my introduction to the team, to the whole concept, really, of AC Comics and what they had going on. And I'd say it was a long time before I ever, probably a long time before I ever really picked up and found like more of them. Like they were not common. But I suppose anytime I would see one, I would snag it, just because I mean, which was not very often, but every now and then in like a quarter bin or a bargain bin, you would find one lone issue of Femforce, and I would snag it. And somehow, doing that for years and picking them up wherever I could, I ended up getting a solid run of 1 through 100, plus a few others. Wet works. Lame. So I have a few issues past 100, but not much. This looks like another Gorbey cover. Looks fantastic. We're still dealing with her. Can't stand her. Our art is Dave Roberts and Mark Heike. Roberts does a good work. I think Heike is probably one of my more favorites. I'm also a big fan of just regular Bill's work. But we got a lot of savage beatings going on. Just a little skip there. I had a garbage truck out back making a ton of noise. We're getting really, once again, this lady's beating the crap out of this other gal. I mean, it's a substantial beatdown. I talk about face punching, guys. They punch the face a lot. It's beatdown stuff. It's savage. And I mean, that's the other thing that's always got me about this book. They make it like they always made it. Not sure who these gals in green are, but I do love those outfits. It's been so long since I've read these, I can't even remember what like the story is going on with them. Oh, we got blood running out the mouth. That happens a lot. And yet they never really have scars all over. They should, because they beat the crap out of each other. Big page of femme letters. Probably got a little Backstory, we got the trial of the Black Phantom. Probably wrapping up this whole thing that's been going on. Is that a horse playing cards? I can't say no to that. I don't know what's... Oh, it's Native American. It's Indian gal. The end, or is it? I hate this Wetworks ad. I don't know why they felt like they needed to stick that on the back of these. Not a big Wetworks fan. Of course, I had them all at one point, but that's besides the point. Issue number 80 or 68. What is our year? 93 still. Let's see. Art is by Greg Horn. I know I've read that before. I'm trying to think if it's like one that I really enjoy. It looks like the story's by Bill Black though. And it looks like our backstory on Black Phantom is going to cross over into our current story with the regular Femforce team. They are using panels, but they're not staying inside of them. They're breaking out about everywhere, so that's pretty cool. I'm digging it. I always hate outfits that have a hood. I always thought that was like, how's that going to stay where you can see? This looks familiar. I think I've found this, or I've read this in a different, yeah, I came across this recently in did like a reprint of other issues of Femforce, because I've seen this story like not that long ago. It's she's being basically harassed by a dream creature. Kid Colt. Or I think they just call her Colt. I don't think it's Kid Colt. Looks like she's totally living in the modern era, even though she is a Western character. Cover beauty is Jillian Fontaine. The Colt comes to life. Oh, is she supposed to be the one who's going to play Colt? The Capricorn Chronicles, Bill Black, C. Bradford Gorbey, and Mark Heike, coming in 1994. I don't have any of those, but we will look for them. Anyway, I'm going to drop that one in the front because that is my first exposure. That is it. Thank you guys for watching. I love this series. I love covering this series, and I appreciate all you guys that watch. Anyway, thank you, C. Bradford Gorbey, for drawing this cover. They got me started on one of my favorite comic book series of all time, and certainly one of my biggest challenges of Cars comic book series of tracking down. So thank you all for watching. That's my story. Catch you guys later. Bye.